So now I'm ready to paint, and there are lots of different choices as to how we do this. I've decided to leave the basket weave and just paint either end, so we have natural wood in the middle. And I've tried different paints, and the one I really like is this one here. It's an American milk paint that you mix up with water. It comes in lots of different colours, and you put on several coats and knock it back with wire wool. Before doing it, of course, I've done lots of experiments, different colours. Here's a red on the weave or off the weave. Here's one I did, which is a sort of cream colour. Rather like that, but I thought it was a little light. Two different sorts of reds, and in the end, this is the red that I decided I liked. It's called Salem Red. Rather nice, sort of deep pastel-y red. I think that'll go well with the lime. So I've got my wood now in the same holding position, but this time I've loosened off the clamp and I can rotate it, and I've got the weave masked a little bit so I don't get paint on there. I've got to be very careful. So here I am, ready to go. I've got my paint mixed up already, my brushes, ready to paint. You can see that as I've come round, this paint is drying already, so I can almost keep going round and round, and I'll build up about 3 layers probably on this before I let it fully dry. The third coat is quite dry, and these milk paints end up with a sort of flat, slightly powdery finish. And what I do now is I get some very fine wire wool, this sort of stuff, and just polish this up. And what it does is it goes from being matte to this lovely sort of almost marble polished surface. I'll work that around, and you can see the change coming very nicely. A corner like this you need to be quite careful of and not really work the corner, more work this face like that, and then this face like this, and sort of meet in the corner. That's nice. It's a bit like Christmas. There we go. Nice and accurate. And so what I've got to do next, the last thing, is I'm going to wax it, and still going to support this end, but I'm going to look after the paint, which is quite hard, by just resting that there. So waxing, usual sort of thing. that I've done elsewhere on this site, beeswax, which I'll rub on. Then I'll use my hairdryer to melt that in. Right, so get all those little bits out. So the hairdryer melts the wax and gets it into these crevices. And what I'll do now is I'll let that just go dry, and then I'll give it a good buffing up with a cloth and a brush. And then we're done. I also use this deep bristle brush for burnishing carvings, gets in all the recesses. And I think with that, the wax polished, I think I can say safely that this is now complete. Let's pop it there for the moment. So there's our candlestick holder. This is not bad for one carving tool, basically one cut. The candle itself, which sits on here, can't sit directly on the wood. The wax will soak into the wood, and that's a potential fire hazard. So you do need some sort of metal plate in between. And this sort of thing you buy from woodturners supplies. It has a little a pin here that goes into the wood, and there's a little point at the top that actually goes into the candle. So when it's finished and actually in place, that'll look a little bit like that. And I think that looks rather splendid.